Well, it is the Halloween season, and we know a lot of kids want to get out there and do that trick-or-treating, but sometimes it can be difficult for a lot of families. So we've got Melissa joining us with Milestones Behavior Services to tell us about something special that they are doing that's going to, I think it's going to help make our community even more inclusive for everybody. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
I love this trunk or treat that you guys have put together. Tell me about the event.
So we really wanted to create an opportunity. Like you said, Halloween can be such a fun event, but challenging for many of those who have disabilities. So we wanted to create an opportunities for our community and for families to come together, have a little bit of trick-or-treat fun, but do that in a very supportive and understanding, accepting environment.
Well, you know, a lot of families, when we think about trick-or-treating, we're out there on the roads, on the sidewalks with flashlights. A lot of times there's a ton of other kids. It can be overwhelming. It can be hard for us to keep up with the kids themselves. And so this is going to provide, like you said, it's an inclusive environment, but we know it's going to be a safe environment.
Absolutely. That's one of the things that we've really thought about through this process is how can we choose a space that will be safe. The hours, we wanted to do it during daylight so that the element of the dark and it takes a little bit of the safety out. And so we've really tried to consider everything we can to make this as inclusive of an event as possible.
All right, so you are having this at Lake Area Adventures, which is really pretty exciting. We love going over there to visit that. This is really an opportunity for Milestones Behavior to work with other businesses, work with other community partners to really make this a well-rounded event.
Absolutely. One of the things that we want to do for our community is really promote inclusion. One way we can do that is by getting others involved. We're thankful to have the event this year at Lake Area. One of the great things about that is that we've got lots of pavement, so that makes it easier for those with wheelchairs. We try to work with other organizations who also serve individuals with disabilities to get their feedback and their recommendations and do our best to accommodate as many individuals as we can.
All right, so this really is a community-wide sort of event that's happening at Lake Area Adventures for Trunk or Treat. What helps you to know that this is acceptable for all individuals, not just those in a wheelchair, because some people have other disabilities maybe that aren't that visible?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, everyone is welcome. I think that's one thing I want to make sure that we emphasize is everyone is welcome at this event. That's part of the inclusion piece of it is come as you are. One of the other things that we've really considered is this setup, and I'm a big no lines at this type of event promoter. In the past years, I've told families, jump in where you can. You do not have to wait in line. I think that that's a challenge for a lot of people, and like you said, one of those things that you might not always be so obvious that someone struggles with, but they might really be having an internal struggle. So there's different things like that that we want to incorporate into the event to hopefully make it an enjoyable time for everyone.
And we know that a lot of families out there or those who might fall on that autism spectrum, they might struggle with sensory overload or too many lights, too much sound, too many sweets maybe. Are you taking all of those kind of things in consideration as well? You know,
we are. One of the things that's been really neat, this is our 3rd annual event, so we grow and adjust a little bit every year, but not every single vendor participant hands out candy. Last year we had one that handed out books. We've got trinkets. So we definitely will have plenty of sweets, but there are other things that people will be handing out as well.
All right, being really, really aware of the needs of everybody within our community. That's kind of that's a tall order. That's a lot to take in. You said that this is the 3rd annual. Is there plans for this to become a tradition for our community?
Absolutely. We hope to continue to be able to host this event. You know, it's grown the participation each year, which just tells me it is something that the community values. Another thing is that it gives the community an opportunity to get some information on services. We try to sign up volunteers who maybe have related services or information that they can give out to participants that may help them learn more about services that are available in our community.
I don't think that families realize just how much support there is out there. One of the easiest things that people can do is just to pick up the phone and give you guys a call.
Absolutely. At Milestones, we want to be able to help the family as a whole. We, of course, provide services after you get that diagnosis. We can also provide a list of places where you can get a diagnosis. We also try to coordinate care for our clients, reach out to those other organizations, and, start making those connections where we can. You can't have too much support, that's for sure.
All right. It really is a whole family approach that they are incorporating at Milestones Behavior Services. You're going to be able to learn more at the trunk or treat happening at Lake Area Adventures. And this, again, is an all-inclusive sort of event. So it is available for all families, no matter your abilities, disabilities, wherever you fall along the spectrum. You're going to be welcome at this event. We want everybody to come out for it.
Absolutely. We look forward to seeing you there.
All right. Happy Halloween. All right. Thanks for joining us. And stay with us. We've got more Midday right after the break.